research through the Bible with every other means to know more about the doctrine and to know how true and how correct the doctrines are with the Bible point of view. And if there are some parts of the doctrine that are not right, the man should look for a way, should devise a means, not trying to make her look bad, but devise a means that they can come to an agreement that there's an error in this doctrine and they can come to an agreement. And also, we discussed that if we are to talk about doctrinal agreements, it requires hard work, it requires humility, and also it requires what will I call it? It require patience, because there's a lot of it will require a lot of time in searching all through the Bible and arriving at a point. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for that. God bless you, Luatim Lane. Yes. Any other lesson that you can't forget, and which perhaps you have even started implementing, since that last week? Yes. The floor is open again. Any other contribution? Yes. Abibat Yusuf, you go first. Then Victoria Olukayeja will follow suit.
Good evening, sir. I learned
Good
that
evening.
no one has the monopoly of knowledge. That no one has the monopoly of knowledge. That we both just know, we all have that we appreciate individuals' doctrine, and then we both sit down together. Not that one person's knowledge is not superior to the other person's knowledge. In all, my take home last week was humility in learning from one another. That's what I learned, sir.
Thank you, Abibat. God bless you. Yes, Victoria, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so last week I learned that the difference between criticism and correction is the timing and also the tone. And especially when having conversations or trying to reach an agreement, it's very important that we talk calmly. It is not about winning the argument, but about, reaching agreement. And also we talked about how we should adopt our partner's mistakes rather than saying I told you so. And sometime last week, my partner suggested something, but I felt otherwise. And at the end of the day, he was right. And it was an experience for us because he didn't say, I told you so. He he actually made reference to the last week's session and said, specifically that I'm not saying I told you so. I'm adopting your mistake. And so it was a very, very key lesson for us. Thank you, sir.
Wow, amazing. Very happy to know that. Yes, maybe we can take two more. Are there some other two that we can take? Reactions from last week, lessons from last week. Yeah. Okay. Is Abibat raising her hand again? I think I saw a hand raised. Yeah, it's Abibat, are you raising your hand again?
No, sir. No.
Or the old one?
Yes.
Okay. It's the old hand. All right. Okay. So anyway, we had a very great time last week. I just wanted us to attempt to reflect on what we did together last week.
There's a message.
Okay, somebody, what's the message?
I think the person dropped the video.
Okay, let me see. Yes, Oladiran Areo said, I learned, oh, trying to read it. I learned how to esteem your partner higher than yourself and also owning each other's mistakes. How to esteem another person, your partner higher than yourself, and also owning each other's mistake. All right? So these are reflections from last week. Now, this week, this week we will now go some step further to now consider the issue of the synchrony of the soul. And I believe that all of us have been going through this very beautiful conversation about the synchrony of the soul. And I've been enjoying your reviews, reading through your learning summaries. It's amazing. But one thing I want to reflect on is the fact that several people were seeing for the first time, for some, that no soulmate is made from heaven. In short, one lady messaged me and said, if she has had this understanding before now, she would not have cut off from many relationships that she had cut off from in the past. Our own mindset, our mentality before now was that the moment there is any little issue or there are arguments, especially if the arguments appear to be recurrent, our mindset was that then it means that the relationship is incurably bad. And our next response before now was to take to our heels and run away. That's what she said. But that she wished that she has had this understanding before now. Our approach would have been different. And I'm happy that you are saying that. That disagreements, arguments at the beginning of a courtship is not a big deal. It's expected. It's expected. And it is not a sign that your relationship is failing. It's not. Now, I do have opportunities sometimes to intervene in courtships that are turbulent, especially at the beginning. And when they write me, sir, we don't understand each other, we are tired, we want to just off the relationship, maybe it's not will of God, or maybe we didn't fare well or something. The question I usually first of all ask them is, how long have you been in this relationship? We have been in this relationship for the past 5 months. I say, and so it's 5 months that you've been in this relationship, and you already think that both of you will not have disagreement. You already expect that both of you will see issues from the same perspective. You already expect that both of you will think the same way. I said, you are not being realistic. You don't recognize that both of you are adults at the time you are coming together, and you have been formed differently all your life. Your mindsets are formed differently. Your value systems differently. The way you interpret issues differently. Your backgrounds are different. And you are 28, she is 30, or you are 28, she's 26, and you are just coming together. You guys have been separately formed for 26 years without knowing each other. So you are coming together 26 years after, and you expect that your connection will be automatic. And you expect that you will both understand each other automatically. You expect that your perspectives to issues will be the same automatically. That is unrealistic. It's unrealistic. It can't work that way. And so I am never alarmed. I'm never alarmed when young people who are in courtship are having issues, when they're having a lot of arguments that is appearing to want to tear them apart. I always tell them, I say, don't give up. This is not strange. This is not unusual. There's no big deal about this. It's understandable. Be patient and then gradually go through the process of adjusting your mind to each other. Now, most of the time when you have arguments, is because of different minds on an issue. That's what causes arguments. Different perspectives. Let's not even talk about the natural difference between a man and a woman. That one is there already. And that one cannot change. There's nothing you can do about that, so I can't change, because that is part of the manufacturer's design, that the two of them will complement each other. So that one is there, and that one is enough source of quarrel. But even beyond that, beyond the differences of looking at issues that is a product of our gender identity, beyond that, there are so many differences that are expected. It is when you come into the relationship that the work begins. And so we said that because getting a soulmate as a marriage partner is not an event, it's a destination. It's a destination. It's not a product of a miracle. You have to put in the work and you have to be patient. So I tell people that, somebody was asking me, that was Esther Akintujoye was asking me privately during the course of the week. She said, where do we draw the line? At what point should we give up? I told her, I said, first of all, do 1 year where both of you are putting in the work, where you are patient with each other, where you are putting to work all the lessons we have taught you about securing agreements. The same principles of securing doctrinal agreements is the same principle you need to secure mental agreements. You are putting those principles to work. Both of you are talking, you're having a long talking time. Not that at the place where you want to have resolution, you are fighting afresh and you are dropping the call on each other. And maybe it was in this contract that I was talking about the usefulness of getting a CUG line. I don't know whether it was on this contact. A CUG line, if you are not living in the same area, so that you can have enough time to call. So you are not going to be under pressure of wanting to rush out of the conversation. You have enough time to trash issues. If you are on CUG like we are then, I can't remember our longest reconciliation. There was one 4-hour reconciliation we did, Joel, back in the days. You remember that, Corey? Can you remember it?
I can't remember.
But
I remember that we used to have an elaborate.
Yes, now. On that occasion, that was when you didn't come for my grandfather's burial.
Uh,
Yes, that was the quarrel. You didn't come for my grandfather's burial. My grandfather was my idol. And I wanted her to meet my grandfather by all means in his life. It then turned out, because I didn't unveil her on time, or else, if not that I didn't unveil her on time, she would have met my grandfather before he died. And I didn't know my grandfather was going to die soon. I thought he still had a lot of time. So I was still preparing for when I was going to do a formal introduction of my fiancé to my grandfather, who I love so much and I honor and I adore him so much, only for him to just die suddenly. You know, when people have already entered their 80s, it was in his late 80s. It was in his late 80s. No, in his late 80s. And that's what they say now. Yeah. When people are already in their late 80s, they don't need long notice to die. They can die within 48 hours, within 24 hours, without being sick. All right. So then, for the burial, okay, if she didn't meet my grandfather in his life, I want her to come and meet him in his death. I want her to know how great my grandfather was and come and see the creme de la creme of the society that will attend his burial, governors, senators, and judges, captains of industry, and, professors. I wanted her to come and see it. I don't want to remember that, because sometimes when I remember again, I want to get angry again. It's painful. I wanted her to come. Let me not go into that story. But that's one of the that, in short, that was the greatest quarrel during our courtship. For 4 days, unlike me, for 4 days, my wife was just calling. I was not picking her call. I was so angry. And she said, on lecturer, and I planned everything on how she will be able to come. And burial, you only do it once. You can't bury people twice. Anyway, all I want to bring out is that when we wanted to trash, this is even an issue of mindset. She didn't think there was a big deal about a burial. Burial. So is it burial? Is it burial that I'm now fighting her about this much? That was even her initial reaction. So that was even an issue of mindset. She never grew up socializing so much, attending burials, attending weddings. So apparently she treated the issue with levity, but not a deliberate levity. It's a levity that is a product of her mindset. Now, what's the big deal about it? The man is already dead, But me, I said, you didn't come for my grandfather's burial, and I've been prepping her for weeks. I was waiting for her. That Friday, she didn't come. All my other siblings, they had all their fiancés around, all their fiancés around, and where's my own? I wanted to show her off. And I wanted her to be by my side when I was burying one of the most influential person, one of the most respected person in my life. So when we were having a conversation to readjust each other's mind, because I now needed to communicate to her the importance of the event she missed, and how that excuse she was giving, that what happened? You said a lecturer fixed, is it assignments? Oh, yeah, no, you forgot it. Have you forgotten? Jewel.
Forgotten now.
But you don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it because my explanations were a little excusable for my level.
In your own thinking. Excuse me. So, but what I want to bring out is that we were to resolve that conflict. We were on call for 4 hours. And thank God for CUG. So we were not rushing. We had time to apply all the principles. And like I'm teaching you, like we are teaching you, if you don't follow all the principles of conflict resolution that we are teaching you, and you will get more on it in August teaching, we focus on conflict resolution. Now, when you have conflict that is a product of mindsets that are not the same, it's still conflict. When you have conflict as a result of doctrinal differences, it's still conflict. So you will see these principles being useful to fix all manner of conflicts, regardless of the department they are coming out from. Now, you need to know all of those principles of conflict management, or else even this conversation where you're supposed to resolve the issue, you will fight away from the place. I'm sure some of you can testify that is a possibility. That while both of you thought you wanted to come and resolve a dispute, or you wanted to come and agree regarding a disagreement, you ended up fighting afresh. And you could not have a meaningful conversation because nobody was able to moderate the other person. Everybody was probably talking out of turn. and people were probably talking, listening to respond back rather than listening to understand, then there's the possibility of resorting to personal attack. These are issues we discussed last week. These are some of the things that sometimes will not allow you to have a fruitful, mind readjustment when you come to the table of reconciliation, the table of conversation, because your dissonance at the mind level will reveal itself through a conflict. Usually it is a conflict that will reveal that there's a dissonance in your mindset. So you will come, for you to now have one mind on that issue, there'll be a need to come to the table of reconciliation, where you can then discuss and recommunicate to each other your values. You see what I'm saying now? So the principles of resolution that we have been teaching you will be critical, or else you will fight out of the place. You will not have a meaningful conversation, and you will not be able to have a joining of your mind together at the end of the exercise. Probably you get your problems even more compounded. So I beg you and I pray that God will give you understanding. Oh, glory to God. God will give you understanding. God will give you understanding of all these things we are sharing with you. They are so important. And God will give you the enablement, help you to humble yourself, help you to follow this truth and not be insisting on your own way. Your own way will not work. This is wisdom that we're sharing with you. And it is wisdom on your part to embrace it and pursue it. Are we there now? So, so anyway, we had that conversation for 4 hours. So I said, having enough time. And if you're having a distance relationship, please go and get any of these devices of communication, like a CUG, that will allow you to have time. Because joining the mindsets together requires good time of conversation. You can't rush in and rush out of the place. So if you are managing 500 naira airtime, you would probably not have a fruitful outcome, because you are conscious about the airtime that is burning. You won't be able to. So when you want to join your minds together, it requires time. You need to discuss extensively. You need to share and share and share and share and share and recommunicate and listen to each other. It's a process, and it requires patience. It requires a minimum time, even at each slot of your reconciliation. So get a means of communication that will not put you under pressure, where you have enough time to talk. When you have enough time to talk. So I was telling Esther, yes, I'm back there, when she said, where do we draw the line? At what point should we begin to give up? That is not working. I said, give it 1 year first. And in that 1 year, be sure that both of you are following these principles we are teaching you. These principles of agreement. And I really believe that if anybody follows this principle, in 1 year, they will see progress. They may not have gotten to the ultimate mark. And that's one of the reasons why we said you cannot really fix a date when your courtship will be over, because you can't be sure when you will achieve success in all of these areas that we are racing. So we don't encourage rush courtship at all. We don't encourage it at all. We are very loud against it. So because sometimes at the end of 1 year, you have actually made progress, but you are not yet there. So, but if you have already told yourself that 1 year is not want to give up, whereas it has not failed, grown, is just that it has not yet gotten to the ultimate mark. But because you have put yourself under pressure, you have already fixed wedding dates, even from the first week of your courtship, you will not be able to walk, you develop the patience to walk it through. You see what I'm saying? These are things I have seen in counseling people. I've seen it, because they are so much in haste, because they have fixed deadlines. So Now, something that requires 2 years to be fixed. Let's take, for example, that in their own experience, it will take 2 years to fix it. But they already told themselves that 1 year is the maximum courtship they can have. In their 8th month, 2 months to when they feel they should marry. They are not yet there because that thing needs 2 years. Now, what will be their conclusion? This relationship is not working. And then they will cut it off. But incidentally, when they now cut it off, before they get another partner, that 2 years has already completed. Why not be patient? Why not rather be patient in the first one and put in the work and go through the process? And in 2 years' time, maybe if it takes that much time to get it done, in 2 years' time, you can marry your man, you can marry your woman, and you guys will be together forever. What is the rush about? Even if you are 30 years old, it doesn't move me. Even if you are 32 and you're on this program, say, I'm old because I'm old. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's not your fault. It's because God has provided a partner for you. All these years when God had not provided, did you wait or not? You had no choice. You waited. So if you needed to wait a year or two to lay solid foundation for your matrimony, why not? Even if you marry at 33, if you will die at 90, you still have about almost 60 years to live. There's still time. And through those 60 years, you will be in that marriage. So, my brothers, my sisters, there is no time that is too much to prepare for a journey, for an institution that you will be in for another 60 years from now. If you even took 3 years to prepare for it, it's not much. You took 4 years. It's not much. Yes, it's not. Something that you will be in for another 60 years or more before you go to heaven. It's worth it. So that was the answer I gave to Esther, and I hope that is useful to the rest of you. I've seen a lot of you exaggerate the differences you are having. You exaggerate it. Yeah. But if you look at it very well, and there are some of you that you have spent a lot of time, you have spent a lot of time in courtship, but you have not really invested virtue into that courtship, because it's not really about the time that has passed. It's about what is the quantum of investment, what is the quantum of, some of you have been long in courtship doing what is not, just roaming about everywhere, moving from suya joints to another, and then just doing a call, and you're just saying, have you eaten? What did you eat in the afternoon? What did you eat in the morning? What are you going to eat tomorrow? What are you wearing to work next tomorrow? Rubbish. What is your business with others? And if you are going to talk about no problem, that's conversation. So many people in courtship, they have spent years, they can say, we have been 4 years in this courtship, but there are just 4 days in those 4 years. You know what I mean? They have counted 4 years, but if we really look at what made sense in those 4 years, only 4 days made sense. Only 4 days really invested into their future. So it's not really about the longevity. It's about what is the quantum of investment in the things that really matter that you have made into that relationship. So that is the first note of my reflection this evening. I was really happy that several of you are coming to realize that the differences you are having, and it's not fun, it's not sweet. I know that it's emotionally draining, but I want to counsel that do not be quick to give up on your, don't be quick to give up on your relationship until you have given it a minimum time when you are doing the right thing. Some people have time, but they are doing the wrong thing because they don't have mentorship. Be sure that you have proper mentorship, and by God's grace, if you are listening to this program, if you are part of this course, under God, I believe that you are getting the right mentorship. So follow what we are teaching you and give it time. Don't be quick to give up and say, this thing is not working, Joe. Let's go separate ways. Thankfully, yesterday, I was at the wedding of Anolu Akpo and Sunday, and I shared their story with you. They had come to a point where they had given up. At least one of them had given up to say, this relationship cannot work. It's too difficult. We're always having conflicts, and we are not able to resolve our conflicts before God brought our paths together. And the same thing I'm telling you now is what I told them. The same thing I told them. Today, they are doing fine. They have overcome their challenges. Both of them talked about getting married with excitement because the realities are changed. They are not babies. They are matured. Even spiritually, they are matured. So it's not a case of they change their position by certain external influence. No. It's because the reality in that relationship had changed. They now had peace. They now understood themselves better. They are now able to resolve their conflicts more seamlessly without much wasting of time. So, and they saw all of these realities, and they felt that, oh boy, this thing is working. This thing is now working. We should marry. We should go and meet mama. We should go and meet papa. We should make it irreversible. Come and see the way they were dancing out of order yesterday. We're so happy, so exciting. When they came over to our place for their final coaching on sex and sexual matters, which I believe all of those teachings would have been, they will currently be implementing it, although I will not, I'm in my house. I'm not, I've done my part. Let them, they will not kill themselves. Anyway, all right. So when they came together, you can imagine, I watched them. I was just watching the two of them. And I could tell that there was great chemistry now. That they could, it takes a level of intimacy for two partners to really jibe at each other without taking offense. I saw it and I was glad. These are people that wanted to give up. So brother, sister, I know some of you by name that I know that your relationship is going through tough times. That I know it's not by word of knowledge, but because I am close to all of you. I have a personal relationship with all of you. I want to encourage you, don't give up. Don't give up yet. Trust God. And I pray that both you and your partner will submit to mentorship and will practice all you are learning, because it is much more easier if both parties are doing the word, if both parties are putting what you are learning into practice and not just one person. You see what I'm saying now? So I pray that your partner is able to, you both can follow what we are teaching, but I can assure you that if you follow it through, there's hope for your relationship. So for me, that's my number one reflection on what we discussed, on some of the feedbacks I've gotten from you guys, that at least some of you are realizing that the conflict you're having is not a conclusive proof that your relationship is not working. Some people even have peace, but the peace they have is the peace of the graveyard. Some courtships appear to have peace because they are not raising critical issues. They are avoiding those issues. There are issues that are sensitive. They are avoiding those issues deliberately. So it appears that their courtship has no problem. But that their peace is like the peace of the graveyard. That peace is not deep. It's only because both of them are living in denial. It's because they are afraid to fight. They are not raising issues that are important for their journey. Is it not better to fight now and resolve, so that you not fight later? Fight so that you will not fight. Is that a very fantastic quotable quote? Fight so that you not fight. But let me give you another wisdom. Let me borrow you one wisdom. Very sweet wisdom that can be useful for you. I will recommend that at the beginning of a relationship, let's say the first 6 months, parties should first of all invest in romance. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. That in the first 6 months to 1 year, it depends on how much time you have, that you first invest in romance and friendship. That was what I did. I knew that there were contentious issues that me and my wife needed to sort out. Contentious issues. I saw them. I knew them. Contentious issues. Doctrinal doctrinal issues, mindset issues. And you know, these issues can be very divisive. They can be very emotionally draining. So I thought to myself that at the beginning of a relationship, when a lady has not yet fallen in love with me, when I introduce all of those hard issues, she may run away. She may run away and say, this one is too hard, oh. This one is too difficult, oh. So what did I do? In the first year of our relationship, I didn't raise any doctrinal issue. I saw a doctrinal divergence. I saw a lot of divergence in mindsets. I saw even a divergence in the level of commitment and sacrifice we are ready to make for the gospel. A lot. I saw a lot. I saw a lot, you know, that I knew that needed to sink. But I knew that those issues are divisive. Is it divisive? That is the right word. I know they are divisive. They can be contentious. And so what is the simple wisdom I borrowed myself brain? Because I didn't want this girl to escape. I wanted to marry her by all means. By all means possible, of course, not by all blind means. All means reasonable. All right? So what did I do? In the first year, I didn't raise those contentious issues. It was just lovey-dovey, 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 talking on the phone in the evening, sharing gifts, talking about exciting things, visiting her in her school, taking her to a favorite restaurant. There was no day I ever invited her. She said no. I said, do you mind taking lunch or going with me for dinner? Her response was always yes, because she always enjoys my company, probably. And then those were the things we were doing in the first year. By the end of that first year, she had fallen in love with me. Oh, glory to God. She had fallen in love with me. I saw that her emotions had been altered. And then I felt, yes, if I now bring out all these contentious issues, it will not really be easy for her anymore to bolt away because her heart was already invested. I don't know whether God is giving somebody wisdom tonight. Because I have seen also how that many people from the day one of their relationship, they're already discussing, I don't want you to use this, they're already discussing, I don't know which example to give.
Very combustive.
Very, very combustive, yes. Yes, combustive. Yeah, things that can really inflammable conversations. You have just met somebody within 1 month. You're already talking about the doctrine of their church that is not okay. Within 1 month, she has not even fallen. She gave yes, but you know, some people will give you a yes, but they have not really fallen in love. They have not really gotten into you. They have said yes, but they have not really gotten into you. At that moment is not the time to be introducing very contentious issues. Already be talking to them about the fact that you don't want them to use their earring anymore. Now you want them to throw the earring away because you are not convinced about it. That's a contentious issue. And sometimes the reason why many people made a shipwreck of the relationship God gave to them was because they didn't use this wisdom I'm sharing with you. They were bringing those contentious issues up at a time wherein the level of connection and the level of intimacy between themselves and that partner is still weak. She has not fallen in love. She can easily bolt out, bolt away. And I think the message is more to the men because you were the one that went to propose at your own best time, all right? She could have given you a yes, but it doesn't mean she has fallen in love yet. I know this thing. She has given you a yes, but she has not really fallen in love to the point where if you say, baby, I'm leaving, she will cry and will not be able to eat. And she will threaten to kill herself. Anyway, that was on a lighter note. She's not gotten to that point. Brother, be smart. Be smart. She's not running away. And that's why time is good. You know, I had time by God's grace. I had some good time on my hand. So I planned myself. So that 1 year, I had sucked her in. I had sucked her in. She was already intoxicated with my love. I hope she's still intoxicated with my love. I pray that she's still intoxicated with my love, because marriage is another ball game entirely. Because you offend each other more in marriage. You offend each other more in marriage. Sometimes for good reasons. Sometimes for good reasons. You see, but I think she's still intoxicated. It's okay. I don't want anybody to mark my script tonight. I would have asked you a direct question. But I will ask you when I would have maybe bought you some gifts and have taken you out on a trip. And when we are just coming back, I will now ask this question again and then get the camera set. At that time, I'll be confident of what the answer will be. anyway, my wife is grinning, so Rabia, she's in love with me. She's grinning. All right. Till I say I'm seeing good standing. I'm seeing good standing. Pray for your brother. Oh. Pray for me. Oh. Seeing good standing. All right. So, second year. And I started giving her messages. Say, baby, listen to those messages. And then the contentious issues then started. And we began to go through them. But it was at a time wherein she was already invested. Her heart was already there. She couldn't run away anymore. There were even times at me, I would not even say, okay, please. There was a time like that I'd given her some messages to listen to for so long, messages that I thought were critical anchors of my spiritual persuasion. And I wanted her to also interact with those materials. Perhaps she would also, also be able to adopt those persuasions, whether she be convinced in the same direction. And I gave her those messages, and I will be checking on how far with the messages. And she will say she has not listened. She will listen. She will listen. She will listen. And it was going on like that for months. Then on a particular occasion, I had been planning. I told myself that in the next 4 weeks, I will ask again, or maybe 4 weeks or 2 weeks, I will ask again. And if she has still not listened to those messages, I will suspend this relationship until further notice. So 2 weeks time, or like 4 weeks, I can't remember again the space of time. I was back and I'm like, oh, how are you, my dear? So how far about those messages I gave you to listen to? She has not listened to it. I said, okay. Now I would want us to give ourselves some. I don't know how I said it, but anyway, the summary is that I wanted the relationship to be on suspension until she must have listened to those messages. That when she has listened to those messages, she should notify me, and then we will come back to continue the relationship. Come and see. She was saying, I know now. It's not gotten to that level. I say it has gotten to that level. And then she now pleaded and said, please, okay, fine. She agrees. But that this suspension, she doesn't think she agrees with that. And we should still be talking. We should still be talking. That's a woman that had been sucked in talking. And I was able to play that politics because I had gotten a level of control, a level of foothold, on our soul, in our heart. If that is where people fall in love, okay, then I've gotten a level of foothold in our heart. And so I could negotiate better. I could give a gentle threat. Yes, a gentle one. I didn't say I'm breaking the relationship. I only said I want this relationship to be on an interim suspension. And when there's a report that those messages have been listened to, then we can desuspend. What's the opposite of suspend? Reinstate. Yes, we can reinstate the relationship. Quick. She went to listen to the message because she had already fallen in love. Falling in love with Penny. That's the best thing she's ever done. I know it's Jesus. My own is the second best. My own is the second best. Anyway, so I hope you got that wisdom. So if your relationship is still at the very beginning, I want to borrow you this sense. You are fighting too much for the level of capacity that your relationship has at this time. You know, and that's a very important wisdom for somebody tonight. There's somebody here tonight. God is speaking to you. The level of quarrel that you are having is too big, is too weighty for the extent of depth that your relationship has already developed. So it may be wisdom for you to suspend contentious issues. If your relationship is there at the beginning, suspend it. And first of all, invest in friendship. Invest in romance. When I say romance, I'm not talking about sexual immorality when I say romance. Romance is actually the, is actually when both of you actually have butterflies for each other. You know that thing they call butterflies, and you have built that synergy. You have made your partner to love you, to fall in love with you. Criticism and correction, it is not palatable to the human nature. And when they are coming incessantly at a time when you are still weak, it can make you hate your partner. That's the reality of the human nature. Human nature doesn't like to be corrected, doesn't like to be told that it's wrong. And these are the things that come into play when you are trying to secure one mind or one love. One love, as we also discussed in the May audio. These are the things that come into play when you are trying to achieve doctrinal agreements. And certainly you will have to correct at some point. You will have a lot of contentious conversations, and those naturally minister disaffection. And that's another reason why married couples sometimes they if they are not growing well in Christ, their lovey-dovey may be reducing, because in the avenue of marriage, you sometimes even need to correct each other. And correction is never palatable to anybody. It's never palatable. So when you are correcting somebody again and again and again and again, after a while, they may begin to start hating you, because correction is not palatable. But if we grow the character of Christ anyway, if we grow the life of Christ, you'll be able to receive correction without resorting to malice or without hating the person that is correcting you. When you understand from scripture that there are a lot of scriptures in Proverbs that talks about the benefits of instruction, the benefit of correction, and how that it is a source of life, a source of wisdom, a source of longevity. So if you meditate on the positive side of correction, you will not begin to hate your partner, but it's not everybody that has developed those character, those Christ-like virtues to be able to get correction and not then keep malice with the person who's correcting them or get angry with the person who's correcting them. I hope you follow me to this point. So I think that's a very good wisdom for somebody. So we treated that you be like-minded. I've already summarized it, some of the issues coming up there. We treated how you can develop oneness of mind. We treated it, how you can develop oneness of mind. We talked about it. We talked about it. How you can develop oneness of mind, going through the same materials, studying through the same materials that have formed your mind, messages, written materials, and having a joint section of talking about it. Even if you see any post online in our days, if we see any posts online that is related to marriage and relationship, and we want to gauge what is the mindset of my partner on that issue. The moment I see it, I will copy it, I will send it to our WhatsApp, and I will say, let's talk about this issue in the night. So in the night, we'll come to talk about it. Something, a random post that is marriage related, relationship related. It could even be a question. I just see it online. I send it to our WhatsApp. If it's something I believe is good for us, and I want to know what's our mindset on that issue. You see, I want to know what's our mindset so that we can have an opportunity for me to also share my mindset and see if we can get a single mind on that matter. So I will send it to our WhatsApp and say, baby, in the night during our normal call time, we're going to talk about this issue. So in the night, we're talking about it. So what do you think about that? So we share our opinion. It can be something very controversial. For example, if you, for instance, see a discussion online that can you allow a family member to live with you, somebody from your extended family, can you allow them to live with you? And people are giving their opinions, and you want to know what's the opinion of your partner, and copy that message, send it to her, and say, let's talk about this when we have space to talk, or your normal talking time. And when that time comes, you say, what do you think about it? And whether he or she, they will say what they think about it. You will know what is their mindset on that matter. And then you can also share what you think. If it is the same mind on it, good. Because you are in agreement. Agreement is what matters. There is no right way or wrong way. It's a question of having the same mind. All right. And if you guys have divergent mind, the next thing you are not trying to do is that can both of you come to one mind on it? Is it that the argument or the view of the woman is superior, or that of the man is superior? And then you're trying to see whether it is possible to have one mind on that matter. All right. So, and then so that's how you'll be talking respectfully. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that your point. I have taught you how to have this conversation. You will not say you are wrong. Oh, I love that your point. Oh, great. I never looked at it from that perspective. Okay, thank you. But I want you to also consider this perspective. And then you share that perspective. And sometimes while you are doing that, one of you may realize that one person's argument or view is a better view. And the person who has an inferior view then drops his or her own view and moves to the view of the partner. And then you've gotten one mind on that issue. And so that means that when that conversation comes up later on in future, you won't have arguments on that matter again, because you have had an opportunity to discuss it, to know each other's mindset, and to bring those mindsets into agreement. Praise God. Are you still there? It appears my network is so good tonight. Everybody's just flowing with me. Oh, glory. Yeah. I'm so glad. I'm happy with myself. And I'm thanking my wife for all her support. If you knew all I did during the week, I say, affliction shall not rise up the second time. Are you guys okay? Your reactions show that you're flowing with me. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So what was I saying, Jerry, before I started talking about network? What was I saying? Yeah. So you won't have disagreement on that issue because you have had an opportunity to talk about it. So that's how you grow one mind. That's how you grow one mind. You need a lot of discussions, a lot of extensive time of conversation. And that's why the rules of agreement that we have taught you is so critical. You will need it a lot. But as you are having those conversations, your minds may be adjusting to each other. Sometimes you may find a middle ground, a part of A's view that is great, a part of B's view that is great, that when you bring the two parts together, it will be the best view. Fine. What matters at the end of the day is that both of you are able to develop one mind on that issue. And then we've spoken about developing a similar love of jets. I don't need to repeat that. But do you know that there was a couple that reached out to me recently, and they had a conflict? And do you know what caused their conflict? The man, the husband, are they married? No, they were still in courtship. They are not married. So the fiance, the guy, is a Chelsea fan. He's a Chelsea fan. Now, the fiancée, the lady, is now supporting another club. I don't know what club now, except I check my chart. Which club is the enemy of Chelsea? Is him? I know Man U in the past, but I'm not current again with football, Premier League. I don't know who that are current. Tell me, which club is a sworn enemy of Chelsea at the moment? that, maybe Man City. I don't know whether Man City is still. Is somebody hearing me? Be all the guys on this call don't watch football. Okay, thank you, brother Timothy. Okay, Man U Arsenal. All right, Man U Arsenal. So Bayern is not in the same league, madam. Bayern is not in the same league. Bayern is in Germany, German Bundesliga. Yeah. So this one, Chelsea is in the English Premier League. Now, the guy is a Chelsea fan, and then the lady is now supporting an enemy club, and she put it on her head, and then the guy is always angry. And do you know that it became a serious issue between the two of them that they needed to see a counselor. Some of you will say, Abba. You will say, Abba, ordinary Chelsea issue. It's not ordinary. It's a love object. Chelsea can be a love object. In those days when I used to watch football, I was a Barcelona fan. And I know some friends that are my friends till today. I'm now a friend to their family, and all that made us friends was because I saw them in our hall of residence wearing the Barcelona jersey. And I loved them automatically. I'm like, oh boy, this guy supports my club. And I walked up to him, I said, guy, I'm also a Barca fan. Immediately we have connected. Do you know what all these clubs upon the same, what it has done? If I'm driving on the road and I want more space in my car in the night, and everybody's standing and there's one of them wearing a Barca jersey, is the one I will carry. That's how powerful love objects can be. So if you are a lady here and your man is a Chelsea fan, you are automatically a Chelsea fan. What's the color of your problem? Why will you go and have another club? You're automatically a Chelsea fan. Automatically. And so while your man is talking, sometimes follow him to watch his football. Men enjoy recreational companionship. And you will see that in the June audio, which is the next one. Men love recreational companionship. When their sweetheart accompanies them to enjoy what they enjoy. And so one of these days, tell your guy and say, all this one that you are going to, all this one that you are going to watch football, I'm going to go with you. Somebody's asking me a question. What about women that don't like football? Did I say you like it? You don't have to like it to love it. You don't have to like it to love it. And I'm saying that statement again. You don't have to like it to love it. You don't need to like football. Just follow him there. Benny, just follow him there and be telling him and say, and say, hey, baby, it's our club that will win today. Be telling him that.
I think it's not so much.
Okay, my wife. Hey,
I think it's not so much as in. I think it's not so much as in knowing the most detail about
it. You don't need to know all the details.
Being on the same level when it comes to the nitty-gritty of that. I think it's just a kind of wisdom that to synchronize your soul with that of your partner, then you have to adopt their love object.
Yeah.
They can't put something on their head and then you put it under your feet. And you expect that your love is going to thrive, or that you are going to have soul tie, or that you are going to become best of friends or things. Partners that their love is growing, they always support the things that are in the heart or topmost in the heart of their partners.
Benny.
You don't need to know so much about it, even though that quest will make you know one or two things. And ultimately, you may even develop some form of interest in it. I didn't know anything about politics or watching the news or things like that before I got married. I don't think I can just sit down before the TV and then be marking 8 p.m. every day just because there's politics today. You know, but sometimes I would just have to sit down there because that's what my husband watches 8 p.m. If he's outside, he will even tell me that, baby, Joba mi to Jenny le
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay, so that I will put on the
It's
gen.
on Sunday that it's 8.
8, yes. So I'll put on the gen and he immediately comes like this. He will come and sit. I mean, so I'll sit down there. Even though the things that they are saying, it's not even very interesting to me, but I'll just be following it. If I see someone, I'll say, hey, Rufai. They say, no, 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 no. That one is not a Rufai. That one is you mention someone's name. I say, okay,
Like,
okay, okay.
you know, we watch the APC primaries,
Yeah,
the primary election,
yeah.
because politics is one of my own love objects. It's one of my very strong love objects, politics. So during the APC primaries, which was actually the party that I supported, and so we sat together.
Mm-hmm.
We sat together to watch the APC primaries. It was a vigil.
Yeah,
they ended the primaries around 3 a.m. It was an overnight thing. She knew that it was something I loved to watch, and I wanted to have a companion. Now, this is the reason why we were saying it, that when you don't make yourself a recreational companion to your partner, they will now go out to find friends. That's why some people don't enjoy staying at home. When they want to watch their football, they will not enjoy watching it in the house with you, because you are not going to join them. You will not contribute anything. When they say go, you will not jump with them.
Yeah.
You will just be collecting vegetable that you are doing.
Yeah.
I see you even sometimes say, I'll Ghana, reduce your voice. You are shouting too much. You are disturbing the neighborhood. You know, so that's why they will prefer to go to football viewing house. They will prefer to go to a football viewing center to go and watch it, where they can have companions that share that interest with them. You know, and sometimes it is in the process of going out like that they will go and get entangled in something that is wrong. You know, or you are complaining that you are not enjoying their fellowship. How will you enjoy their fellowship when what is their interest? You don't take interest in it. In all honesty, that day I enjoyed watching the APC primaries because my wife was with me. We were both looking at it together. So of course my candidate. Let me not tell you who my candidate was. But when my candidate gets a vote and I shout, she too, she will shout and say yes. Okay, were you shouting?
Yes,
You were shouting.
I was putting on my status.
Yeah, because initially she was not supporting my candidate. Initially, she didn't support my candidate. But if you come and see both of us having political debate on our bed.
Yeah, so I think finally, ultimately,
I finally
that,
convinced you.
Yeah, that actually joining you, watching those things actually made pressing political issues to be present in my mind. And maybe when I'm just, in a place and they're there's a conversation around that, I'm actually more expressive, more confident of the facts and figures. Why? Because I sat before the news and actually knew some of the things that they were saying. Mm-hmm. If I don't contribute in public transport, but in my mind, I'll be like, I'll be engaging it in my mind because I know some of those topical issues.
Yeah.
I think it just really made me a better person.
Absolutely.
In that I became very, very politically aware, which is something that is like a plus in that regard. And then I now became someone that is even interested in in all some of these things.
Yeah. So that was it. So eventually I was able to get her convinced. So she was able to support my candidate because that one is not, although some people are politically tolerant enough to have their partner support a different political candidate, because that one may not be too, actually,
it may not be an issue for them.
It may not be an issue for them, but you will enjoy it more when your partner supports your candidate. So both of you who can talk about it, and then when you go to the polling booth, you will not be like Buhari that was checking his wife's. I don't know whether the guy was just cracking a joke. He was checking his wife's ballot paper to see whether she voted for him or not. Do you see the point we're making now? So, that's the issue. So this is it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you like or you loved before, you just develop the interest. There's nothing you can't develop interest in. If you know that this thing is a strong love object of your partner, you have to develop interest in it. And the more you love that thing, the more you win more love for yourself. Love objects are powerful. They are very powerful. And we said it may be a club. For example, we've mentioned a football club. It can even be a person, it can be a public figure, it can be a preacher, it can be somebody that has made great impact in the life of your partner over the years, and they have come to adore those people. And let me use my wife's point line. Your partner cannot put something on his head, on their head, and you put it under your feet. Abi? No be so you talk up. And you put it under your feet. It is you have to put it on your head too, or else they will not love you. But if you go in with them into what they love, you win more love for yourself. All right, so we've said all of this. I'm just reiterating, having the same love, and then we spoke about oneness is not the same as being same. You are not same. There are still some differences in a man and a woman that are permanent, and you'll be seeing some of these things in the June class. And then what's the other thing? That you be like-minded, having the same love and oneness and not sameness. These are the issues that we raise under the synchrony of the soul. All right, so at this juncture, I want to open the floor for comments, questions that anybody may have. Comments or questions? Comments? Yeah, comments or questions that anybody may have. Yeah. Such a great issue in the synchrony of the soul. Yeah, the floor is now open, ladies and gentlemen, to harvest your comments, to harvest your comments and your questions and what have you. So the floor is open. Are you guys still able to hear us? Okay. Okay, what is it? This football, what?
Club matter.
This football club matter has tied my hands, so I really sympathize with you. Sympathize with you. You have to follow the same football team, especially with something very deep for your partner. All right, Okusanya Ifeoluwaposimi, the floor is open. Can we now receive whether your contribution or question?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma. Thank you very much for the teaching, sir, ma. So my question is about the football you are talking about, because to me too it has tied my hand. Anything about to hear the word football. So my partner is this kind of person that loves
Anything what?
football. Anything called football, I don't like to hear it at all. So
Okay.
my partner is this type of person that loves football. Even I don't even know his club self. I was just asking him this evening, and he said Manchester or something like that. Sha. So this is what I want to ask.
You are not
This is
yet
what I
ready.
want to ask, sir.
Yeah,
So in a way, you said we should not put what they like under our feet. We should put it on our head. What about them that,
yes.
to me now, we ladies now, we love to watch maybe Korean movie or something like that, and they don't like it.
Yes.
So what are we going
They
to do
too must
about
like
that?
it. They must like it. It's vice versa. If it is so strong that it is your love object, they must like it too. They must sit down with you. Do you understand what I'm saying now? If it is strong enough that it has become a love object, because it's not really everything you do that is actually qualified to be called a love object. You know, some things are just, but if it is so deep, if it's something that is so deep, that your emotions are invested into, they will be smart to join you into it, because if they now join you into it, and then they now also understand how that thing works, both of you can hold conversations on the issue, and nothing excites you more than seeing that what you're passionate about, somebody that is your sweetheart, your partner, is also passionate about it. You'll be so happy. You will actually fall more in love, and you think you found a friend indeed. Do you get what I'm saying? So, because I was asking the question that you should ask yourself that if your partner was of the same sex, will you be best friends? That's the test of knowing how much of synchrony of soul you have achieved. How much of synchrony of soul you have achieved. If your partner now is of the same sex, where we say no sexual benefits, are you going to be best friends? And we're saying that the foundation of a successful marriage is to be best friends. So even for the brothers, it's the same. Anything that is the strong, I was not only speaking to one sex now, or did I sound like that? It came across the examples I used. I know we are talking about the two party, of course, but they have listened to a 4-hour audio. They should have seen, except this person haven't, you know. So it's for both brother and sister. So brothers should also ask yourself, what is the love of you? What's the most important one? What is it that my wife is very passionate about and she's emotionally invested into? And you two do your best to love it and to begin to take interest in it. As little as saying, okay. So, all right. So, what's the name of this actress? If it is Korean movie that is your own love object, that you have a particular actress that is your favorite. Oh, I like her. If somebody likes what you like, you will like that person more. Okay, I think we've attended to. Or are you not done? I hope we've answered your question. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You've answered it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, there's another question there.
The person is asking if they can ask the question outside.
Okay, if they can ask the question outside our current discussion. Yeah, please go ahead. Yes, Paul Adedeji.
Good
Yeah, go
evening,
ahead.
Coach P. Good evening, ma.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have two questions actually. One has nothing to do with today's session, while the other one has to do with it. So maybe I should just ask the one that has to do with the session first.
Okay.
So around sometime last year, there was an instruction from the Lord to do away with every movies. So like the only movies I'm allowed to watch are religious movies, like religious based or Mount Zion. Like that was the instruction. Now my partner watches Korean. Obviously, she watches other movies. She loves Korean movies a lot. How do I navigate that? Though I've told her about that it is an instruction, because I do watch all those movies before too, but now I'm no longer allowed to watch them. So how do I navigate that with her? Though I've explained it to her, but I'm hoping she understands and she will continue understanding. But at the point where she, I don't know, maybe stop understanding, she's human as well. How do I navigate that I don't make it seem like I'm not interested in what she has interest in? So that's the first question. Maybe I'll ask the second one after that.
Okay, well, my first response is that let's be sure that it's even a love object for her, or just something she uses to relax.
Pastime.
With a pastime, okay? So it doesn't, somebody may be watching movies a lot, but it's just a pastime, not necessarily that it's a love object. But if it is not a love object, then your reason, I can know the reason why you could have that instruction. I can guess the reason why you should have that instruction from God. So if she understands that there is something, a bigger goal that God is trying to get you to achieve, then she should be happy to exclude you, maybe until God releases you again. So for me, that is clear. Because if God asks you not to interact with those things for a while, there must be a bigger goal that God is trying to help you achieve. I know some people that when they were fighting with pornography, fighting against pornography, and that was when such an instruction. I'm not saying that is your case. I'm just saying some people. That's when the instruction came to say, don't watch any movie again apart from the ones that are clearly Christian movies. All right. And some people is because movies was taking their time, and God wanted them to invest time in something that is much more worthwhile. Okay. I also actually don't believe that movies should be something that somebody is constantly feasting upon. I don't believe it. Even in the days when I used to watch football, I only watch my club on weekends, and when I'm done, I move to other things. I know people that they will watch 4 matches in one weekend. 4, 8 hours of their life. They watch their own club. They go and watch another person's club that is not their club. And they will watch 4. So I only watch 1. And because leisure should not be excessive if you are planning to be somebody that will be great in life. Except movie analysis is your business. There are people that have business or career in the movie industry. Okay. If that's your career and you're making a lot of money from it, then I will agree with you. You can spend hours there. But if it is not, if it is supposed to just be a leisure, something to relax with, it must not be excessive. If I were your fiancé, I would never agree with you that you are watching movie all the time. I will be concerned about the other aspects of your life that are more important. Now, as I am now, because as you even go into purpose, certain things that you thought you cannot do without, you will realize you can do without them. As I'm speaking to you now, I can't even believe that I don't even know who the coach of Barcelona is. I don't know who the captain is. If you knew me in those days when I was a diehard fan, I will leave my house and I will know that my parents will cane me because I will not tell them, because there are some matches that they play in the night. Now I'll be coming home by 12 midnight when I'm still in secondary school. By 12 midnight, I'll be coming. I will not even tell them I'm going to watch the match because I know if I tell them, they will not allow me to go. So I will go and watch the match, preparing my bomb to collect the cane. So I will ensure I really enjoy the match because I know I'll be caned at home. That's how much a die had. There was a particular night I was nearly kidnapped. My wife has not even had that before. She ended there for the first time. I was nearly kidnapped on my way back. It was Barcelona or Sassona that night. Can't forget. Now, I got to the university. When I got to the university, even before I asked for where my lecture theater was, the first thing I was asking is that, hope there's a place where we can be watching football. But, come on, and I was asking, do they show La Liga now? No. You see, the Premier League is more popular than La Liga. Barcelona is in Spain. And what they call their own league is La Liga. Say La Liga. La Liga. You don't need to worry yourself. It's no longer. I don't watch it again. You don't need to worry yourself. So, but that's to tell you how much a diehard I was. But today, I don't even know the coach. I don't know who the coach of Barca is at the moment. I don't know who their captain is. Is that bad? Because I have now become invested in purpose and career life that I don't have time. What I use for leisure now is that my politics today. That's what I use for leisure. My leisure now is just to. Hey, are you Funke? Are you truly a Barca fan or you just want to win my love? Let's talk. Are you truly a Barca fan? Because I know you are very smart. It may just be that you want to win my love for free. I will not release my heart to you easily. I will need to confirm first that you are truly a Barca fan. All right. So I'm just trying to say, the point I'm just trying to make is that please, if it is, don't spend too much time in something that is not contributing actively to your career or your purpose in life. Leisure is good, but it must be very, very controlled, very minimal. Right?
Your love objects now.
Eh?
I know your love objects now.
You know my love objects. Do you want to share or it's private?
It's private.
It's private. It's private.
It's something that
What is it?
that will stretch you. That will stretch someone.
My love object.
Mhm.
What is it, girl? My love object now is ministry.
That's what I'm saying.
My love object currently, my greatest love object is ministry. All right. And if anybody, so if any woman wants to win my love, let that woman hear now. If any woman wants to win my love, the woman should just be invested in the ministry work I'm doing and put it on her head. No be so. Now, whatever your husband put on his head, you cannot put under your feet. Now you talk him. Now you talk him. So, if anybody wants to win my love, just be devoted to the work I'm doing and be pushing it and be bringing me ideas. Same idea. If we do this again, we can reach more people. LSD can be more impactful if we incorporate this and that. And you are sleeping and you are downloading revelations and you're waking in the mind. I said, God just spoke to me about the next level of the work. Baby, my affair, more fair, lower, but my affair, cool ministry. I'm telling you the truth. Ministry. Okay, so ask your second question, brother.
All right, sir. So my second question is this. I I used to be of the opinion before Christ that in the present relationship, when you come into a present relationship, I only owe you as my partner about my past for as much as I believe might affect the future we're planning together. So then, even after Christ and then with my present partner, I just feel okay about my past. Should be things I know that as we journey into the future would affect us. Like maybe, okay, the previous ladies that were there, the kind of friends I have around that are the other sex and the likes, or maybe things about my family that I know play conjunct. So I want to know if this mindset is right or if I'm expected to just like download my whole past from A to Z, from chapter A to Z, like everything. So I just wanted to know if this mindset is right and to what limits do we tell them about our past? Because obviously they have to know some things about your past so that they don't see some things as surprise or some ladies coming out of nowhere say we used to date and then they put it in their head. So I just believe, okay, maybe the ladies you were with before and then some content things, maybe about the family and things will play a very vital role in the future. So I want to know if this mindset is right, and two, if there's a limit to what we can tell them, or should we just download the whole past? Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you. Now let me say that November is completely devoted to the question of past or no past. And incidentally, you already have the message and the writings. So if anything like this is affecting your relationship, nothing stops you to go ahead of the class and go and listen to. November is what deals with dealing with the past. Go and listen to the audios and read the articles. That will provide a more comprehensive response. But let me just say that, yes, it is true that it may not be every detail in your past that is relevant, for you to discuss. Your partner may not even be interested in something that is not so relevant. All right. However, I think I heard you say something like everything before Christ, everything before you became born again. Did you say something like that? That maybe those ones are not necessary.
Yes, sir, but I don't believe they are not necessary. I just believe since they will have a role to play in the future somehow. So I believe she should know about them.
Yes. Yeah, so that's correct. So even if it is before you became a Christian, it's still necessary to talk about, because despite the fact that you are a Christian, there are some of those impacts that you will still inherit or you will still inherit. Okay, even though they happened before you became a Christian, but the scar is still there. All right, the scar is still there. So, and your partner is going to inherit both the asset and liabilities of your life. And so, because they will inherit both assets and liabilities, it is necessary that they are aware of the of everything that they will be inheriting. Anything that they will be inheriting that is going to, have a contribution, you need to let them be aware about it. You need to discuss with them, so that they can count the cost. They can really know who they are marrying and actually agree with the true version of the person they are marrying. So it may not be every detail of the past that will even be useful, okay? But anything that is significant, anything that you know that has an impact. For example, the issue about how you have managed your body, the way you have managed your body, whether before you met Christ or after, is a relevant issue to disclose, because born again does not change what your body is looking like. It doesn't change it. All right. If you had abortions before you became a Christian, that you became a Christian does not undo automatically the impact of those abortions that you've had. Before you became a Christian, you used to be, you used to have, I'm trying to look for something. Maybe you used to smoke as a guy, used to smoke and drink heavily, and now you are born again. But it's still possible that some of your lungs are still dark and still need some medical treatment. The fact that you are born again does not automatically undo those things. So
that can also impact your life expectancy.
It can influence your life expectancy.
So it's important that they are aware.
That they are aware. Or masturbation. Sister Bolanle is saying that somebody has been masturbating before they met Christ, which is now giving them issues about erectile dysfunction. Now, when we get to November, you will see that we mentioned that the reason for disclosure is just not for information's sake. It's so that you can treat those issues before you enter marriage. Many of these things can be treated. Somebody has been somebody has been having problem with masturbation, an erectile problem. It can be fixed. And you should think about how can we fix the effect of this thing before we enter into marriage. The person who has had several abortions, you may want to even run a test and be sure that the womb is still intact. And if it's not intact, you will know whether you at least will know what you are marrying. All right. So that is the whole essence. The whole essence is not just we inform ourselves and so that we can run away from ourselves. The whole essence is so that we can know what we are actually dealing with and seek necessary help at an early stage so that we can deal with all those. Those are some of the things you must also use your courtship to achieve. So these issues were discussed more extensively in the November audio series. You may do well to pick them up. Thank you. Yeah. Any other question there? Any other question?
No, sir. That's all, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, that's all from you. But maybe somebody else asked another question. Is there any other question there?
I think that someone was telling you about the present fruits and the captains and backup.
Okay, let me see. Say Funke, is that Funke? What did Funke say? I want to know what she said. Okay. She's trying to say that I have another. Okay, Funke, you are raising your hand. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for tonight, sir. I just wanted to contribute on the topic that we had tonight. I wanted to say that because I know so many questions can arise from tonight's topic and generally on the topic of synchrony of the soul. So, but I wanted to say, I think one major ingredient that crossed my mind on this synchrony is the ingredient of flexibility. Some people are not flexible at all right? So when they hate something, they want you to totally hate it alongside with them. And when they like something, they want you to like it alongside with them. So I think one thing that would help people as we put our partners first, be flexible enough to know that you cannot just sit at the edge of every table and claim that because you hate it finally and it can never change. So that it could even be food or games or all of these things, these love objects that we have mentioned. All right. So sitting at the edge of every table would cause us not to be able to agree. All right. So if each person can be flexible enough to know that as much as I hate this thing, I can actually try to find something interesting about it. now have to do with my partner. So growing up as a child, as a teenager, I saw how much football was important to my brothers, how much they loved it. So I started by following them to viewing center. They buy me the jerseys and everything. That was how I also got interested, all right, in football. So that will not become an issue for me if I have a husband that likes football. Because even from my brothers, I had learned that okay, guys were attached to this thing. And that led me further to even learn other games like table tennis, snookers, and I play them professionally even now, till now. So whether or not my partner likes those things would not do not cause any much problem. But of course, now that he's also learning that he can try to like things that I like, I think that way we can synchronize. And with my own understanding, even as a teenager, seeing how much joy it gave them, all right, as my brothers, I think that makes it easy also for me to be able to like whatever my partner likes. So, but the bottom line is flexibility. Nobody should sit at the edge of any table and say, I don't like this thing and forever I don't want to like it. So I think that would help us as we try to synchronize. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, preacher. That's a very powerful one. The place of flexibility. Marriage will never leave you the same way you came. So if your principle is as it was in the beginning, so is it now, and evermore shall be, you won't do well in marriage. Marriage will never leave you the same. You must be ready to change, to adjust, to be flexible, because we are bringing another life to sink into your life. It will never leave you the same. Right? Is there any final comment or question? Yes, all right. Is there any other question or comment? Any other question or comment before we draw the curtain for this week, for tonight? All right. I hope we have. How many people are on the call at the moment? Please let me check. 54. If we divide that by 2, that's about 20 something couples. Although I know there are some single people here. Okay, about 28 couples. Okay. We'll go and check the record and know those who are not here. All right. So I want to thank all of you. I want to thank all of you who have made it a date tonight. We hope that it's been a great time. Now we are moving to June lectures. And June we'll be going into the specific differences between a man and a woman, the ones that cannot change. All right. And we said that if you're able to know the ones that cannot change, you will not get angry unnecessarily about them. You will not overwork yourself. You will not vex yourself, because you would have known that, look, these ones, they cannot change. All right. And that's very important for us to know. So so we are moving to June, and June is going to be talking about understanding a man and understanding a woman, so that we can dwell with each other according to knowledge. Okay, so please hit the ground running. If you have not yet submitted your review, I know you, I know your works, and I have not found your works perfect before me. and you need to do something about it very quickly. Submit your learning summaries and hit the ground running for June. And the God of peace will keep all of us in peace. In the name of Jesus. Is Damilola Adedeji on the call?
Sir, I'm here, sir.
You are there.
Yes, sir.
Good. I want to take a roll call tonight. I feel led to do a roll call. Maybe I still have 9 minutes to go. Feel led. I want to know those who have been absconding, so that I can do certain things. Where is it now? Yeah. Yeah. Couple one. Is couple one on the call? Yes, this is the first time I'm doing it. Yes, we know now. And we have to move fast. Dami, be my secretary. Can you be my secretary? Just be noting all the ones that are not on the call. Any couple that is not saying present, you know they are not on the call. Jay, you know, help me note it. Where is this thing? Sir? Is couple 1 on the call? Let me know present or absent. The updated list. Couple 1 should be. The couple 1 is not there. Couple 2. Couple 3.
So
Couple
for
1
couple
should
two,
be.
I can't remember whether we are couple two actually. I'm trying to check the group. I've not been able to.
You are trying to check the group, Abby.
Yeah.
But if Olu Abadejo was online, saw her coming at the time, and she left again.
Yes, I'm here, sir. No, I'm here, sir.
So you have
Good evening,
forgotten.
sir.
Have you forgotten that you are couple 1?
I was also trying to check the group, sir.
To know what number are you. Okay, if anybody sees it, please help me highlight it. You know, during the last set, we always take attendance every meeting. That's the way we used to do it.
But this is because we use an attendance tracker, but
we use an attendance tracker. I'm trying. If anybody sees it before me, it's because the thing has been up. Okay, I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah. Good. Couple 1. If Ebadejo and Blessed are they both present? If it is only one person, just tell us half present. Okay?
Half present.
Half present. Couple 2. Ayadeji and Deborah.
I'm trying to confirm if she has been able to join eventually.
Okay, half present. Couple 3. Ajiboye Oluwasemilore and Olayinka Aworefa. Are they on the call? Okay. Couple 3 is absent. Couple 4. Adeola Adewale from Ile-Ife. And Amos Adegbite. Absent.
Present,
Couple 4 is.
Present, sir. Present.
Are you both present?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so couple 4, great, they are present. Couple 5, Oyinda Mola and Yanolu. I know Yanolu has been talking on the call. Is Oyinda Mola on the call?
Apparently, she's not, sir.
You are half present. Oyinda Mola has not been joining this call. That's my impression. That's the impression I have. She has not been joining the classes. So you go and tell me why she should not be queried on the group. Go and tell me 5 reasons why I should not query her. Akinyemi Anu Oluwapo and Esther Badejo. They're couple 6.
Well, present, sir.
Yes. You are present. Okay. Great. All right. Couple 7, Awoshinyo and Elujoba Damilari. Couple 7.
We are both present, sir.
Both present. Thank you. Couple 8.
Both present, sir. Yes, sir.
Couple 8 is present. Couple 9. Couple 9. Absent, I think. Couple 10. Okay, couple 10. I know Paul has been on the call. Is Mojisola on the call too?
No, sir.
Half present. Where is Mojisola? Where is your madam?
Tired from church activities today, sir.
She must listen to the record and you must update me. All right?
Yes, sir.
Update me that she has listened. Papa
Yes,
T and his beautiful woman. Okay, fully present. Okay, couple 11. Thank you. Couple 12. Couple 12. Adedayo Matthew.
Fully present, sir. Fully present, sir.
Fully present. God bless you. Couple 13. I've been hearing Ayuba's movement. Couple 13. Is your madam here?
Half present, sir.
Has she been participating in the class?
Whenever she finishes the icon tutorial earlier.
Okay. We'll talk. But I know I asked her to catch up on some old records. I want to confirm if she has caught up. All right. Couple 14, Jude. Okay, no, couple 14. I'm not sure they are here. Couple 14, Jude Edu. Couple 15, Treasure Jayola and Temitokwe Ayegbusi. Are they here? Couple 16, so 15 is absent. You know, if you don't hear any response, just mark them absent. I hope that Melo is helping me take the record. Couple 16, Ireti and Ayorinde Komolafe. Are they on the call? Couple 16 appears absent. Couple 17, Babajide Adewale and Esther Ojoawu. Couple 17 appears to be absent. Couple 18, Faith Olukunso and Rebecca.
Both present, sir.
Both present, thank you. Couple 19, Kilanko Esther.
Yes, sir, we are present.
Both present, all right, great. Couple 20, Okikiade Temitope and Titi Adebola.
Half present.
Why is she not here? Maybe she has repaired her phone.
She traveled to school today.
No, she has gone into school. She told me when she got to school. All right, so she has gone into school before we started this program. So help me confirm what went wrong and update me, please.
No problem.
All right? Yeah. Couple 21, Agbola Moses and the fiancé. Absent. Couple 22, Olamilekan Showami and Alebios Mary. Absent. Couple 23, Samuel Akinpelu and Boluwatife Niniola. Absent. Couple 24, Kehinde Aderinsoye and Okusanya Selina.
Half present, sir.
Where is your man?
He had a business to do, so he couldn't make it today.
Okay, tell me when he catches up with this conversation, all right?
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Couple 25, Taiwo Adedolarin and Esther Ufoma Enejeta. Are they there? Okay. Couple 26, Daniel Kende Adebowale and Grace Ayomide.
Present, sir. Present.
Fully present?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He just left about 10 minutes ago, but he was present during the class. Yes.
Okay. Couple 27, Adeyanju Samuel and Ayodele Mercy. Are they here? Couple 28, Babawale Odewumi and partner. Couple 29.
Fully present, sir.
Fully present. Okay, great. Oh, Olukayeja. Akayeja. Couple 30. Olamide Janet and Ifeoluwa Michael. Are they here? Couple 31. Oyeleke Pelumi and the partner. Couple 32. Couple 33. Olamide Deborah, Mrs.
32 is present.
32 is present, fully present.
My people, how
Yes,
una
sir.
dey?
We are good, sir.
These guys had their introduction yesterday, and of course, you don't know who I'm talking about. You may not know them, so forget. But I'm glad they gave me a wine. I'm going to drink your wine. Okay, we drank it. We don't drink the wine on this afternoon. Thank you for your gift. God bless you. I celebrate you.
Thank you, guys, and
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you for coming,
Yeah.
sir.
Couple 33, Olamide Deborah, Mrs. Okay, this is the married couple in our midst. Mrs. Okay, maybe she's not here. Couple 33. Couple 34, Tracy Thomas and Chukwebuka. Tracy, are you there?
Fully present, sir.
Fully present. Those are my good friends. Couple 35. Ayotola Folorunsho and
Present, sir. It seems he just left. Not quite long.
Okay, all right. Okay. Now, couple 37, Fashe Ito Paul and Deborah. I need to. Are they there? Fashe Ito and Deborah. Need to see them. I need to really reach out to them. Help me note this couple 37. Need to reach out to them. Couple 38, Joshua Deleke and Priska. Are they there? Couple 39, Miracle Akingbelure and Temitope Olofintuyi. Are they there?
Half present, sir. Couple 38.
38, Joshua.
Half present. Yes, sir.
Priska has not been joining the class.
Yes, it was due to low battery, sir. She had low battery earlier today, sir.
All right, we'll talk. Let's talk in the private group. I ensure she catches up on the record. Do you understand?
Right.
Please.
Thank you, sir.
Now, couple 39 Miracle Akingbelu. Okay, couple 40 Oladiran Areo and Aluko Adirunke.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Present.
Couple 39, they are absent. Couple 40 is present. Couple 41.
Present.
John
Fully
Akushola
present.
and John.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
And Love is around.
Yes.
That's amazing. But I need you to.
I'm around.
Love. Oh, you are the Love DJ.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy you are around. Although I know John joined late.
Yes.
So he still has a lot to catch up.
Coming
Couple
from
42, Ola Oluwande Grace, and
Exactly. This one is so.
let me mute that person. Couple 42, Oluwande Grace and Oluwasegun Omotoyosi. Are they here? Okay, absent. Couple 43, Adetoba O Akinte and Omolade Adetunbi. Couple 44, Adedara Timothy and Jumoke Akintola. Are they here? Couple 45, Saba Esther and Samuel Oluwatoyin.
Present, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Fully present.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Couple 46,
Yes, ma'am.
Fuluwa Yobami Panka. Okay, Fuluwa Yobami, sorry. And Adedoku Oluwatoyin. Couple 46, are you here? Couple 47, couple 48, Okpeyemi Olarunke. What of your man?
He's not here, sir.
Tell me that, remind me on our group that I want to tell you about something. All right, that I want to talk to you. Has he been joining the class before now?
Right. Sir.
Has he been joining before now?
No, sir.
So we need to talk. All right, we need to talk. Do you understand? Couple 49. Couple 49, are you there? Onyiloluwa Adeniyi and Anayo Adebabalola, are you there? Couple 50, Ajayi Blessing. And
Fully present, sir.
all of you are fully present. Great,
Yes,
great. I'm happy about that. Couple 51, Alexander Joshua and Favor Azan. Are they here? Couple 53, Funke Jackson and Jayeola Samuel.
Present, sir.
I was present, sir.
Hey, that's good. I'm happy about that. I'm sorry. Funke is my trouble. If she was absent tonight, what I would have done to her. Although she's always a good girl. She's always a good girl. All right. Couple 55, Blessing Obasa and Adebayo Ogunwuyi.
Present, sir. Fully present, sir.
Fully present. I celebrate you. Thank you so much. Couple 58, Akande Promise and Olatayo Victoria, are they there? Couple 59, Mercy Priska. Just spare me a little more time. I'm almost done. I just feel led to do this today. Mary Priska and Praise Emmanuel, are you there? Couple 60, Oladipo Zenab and Oluwayemisi Okay. No, that's a mistake. Oh. No, that's a mistake. Oluwayemisi Okay is the partner of Johnson Tawoshi. Is Oladipo Zainab here? It's not there. Couple 61, Majeko Dumi Abiodun and Oluwaferomi Deborah. Are you there? Couple 62, Oladimeji Johnson and Oluwayemisi Okay.
Half present, sir.
Yemisi, you are here.
Yes, sir.
My good friend. Although we have fought in the past, I'm telling people that me and you fought in the past, but we are now sweetheart, Abby. We are now sweethearts.
I don't. Okay.
You're afraid. Don't worry, my wife will not fight you. All right. But I thought I saw Johnson at the time, but he didn't stay long, Abby.
Yes, he went for another meeting.
You must catch up. And
Right.
both of you, we have talk. Put it on your group now that me and you have talk. Me and the two of you, we have talk. I've not been seeing your summaries, your reviews. So we need to talk. All right.
Okay,
Where
sir.
am I, Jerry? Yeah. Couple 63, Taiwo, Talabi, and Faji Oluwatimileyin. Are you there?
Present,
Couple
sir.
64, Tunde.
Half present, sir.
63, you are present.
Yes, sir.
Where's your bobo?
He's a little bit down. He's sick at the moment.
Hope you have done some pepper soup for him.
We are a long distance apart.
All right. Okay. All right now. Couple 64, Tunde Olowoshejeje and Adebisi Yusuf. Couple 65, Oluwatosin Aratunde.
Half present, sir.
That's Tunde talking, Abi.
Yes, Tosin. Half present, sir.
Okay, is it Tosin? Tosin
Yes.
Olowoshejeje.
No, Tosin Aratunde.
Okay, Tosin Aratunde, couple 65. Okay. Where is Oluwaseun?
She's not online at the moment, sir.
He's not online. Okay, couple 66. FC Balunge. FC Balunge and partner. Where are you there? Couple 67. 67, Ayobami Clement and Adewale Emmanuel. 68, Wisdom Kanayo. That guy should be here. He's a very serious-minded person.
Present, sir.
Aha. You see now that thank God you didn't fall my hand. I know you guys are always punctual, and I'm very, very proud of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, couple 69, Samson Owolabi and Grace. Grace Grace and Samson Owolabi. Are they here? No. Couple 70, Babalola Luwadunsin and Mayowa Jumobi.
At present, sir.
Your man is giving people injection at the moment still. The fiancé is the medical doctor. Has he been joining the class before now?
Yes, he missed last week this week. He missed last week's class.
And has he caught up with the record?
I don't think so. The last time I asked him.
Oh yeah, please help me put it on your group now that you don't think so. So I will remember to address it. All right. Thank you. Yeah, couple 71, Adedeji Timothy and Adekunle Esther. Are you there? Couple 72, Peter Johnson. Which one is that present? 71. One of your madam. I'm not hearing this man's voice.
Right, is that not Timothy? Timothy, why are you not talking loudly?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
All right, up present. Okay. Couple 72, Peter Johnson and Dauda Anna, sorry. Couple 73, Adedolapo Adeteju and Deborah Oseni. This list that you gave me is not updated because the list has grown to around 80 something. So if you're on the call and I have not mentioned your couple number, please can you speak out now? Let's just confirm. If there's anybody on the call, I will.
You've not mentioned Sarah and Joachim.
Sarah what?
Boateng.
I'm Boateng. Have I assigned a number to you?
No, sir, you've not.
Sarah Boateng. All right, I will assign a number tonight. Any other person on the call that I've not assigned a number to?
Sir, you've not assigned the number to us, sir.
Who is talking? Okay, Ojelabi and my friend Esther.
Yes, sir.
Okay, who else have I not given a number yet?
Yes, sir. I've not assigned number 2, sir.
Who is talking, sir?
Macro Sunday Andrew and Fikida Okpeyemi.
Kikida Okpe and okay. Kikida Okpe and what? Matthew.
Macro Sunday.
Okay, Macro Sunday. Is Kikida Okpe on the call at the moment?
She's on transit currently.
Okay. Macro Sunday and Kikida Okpe. Okay, thank you. I will assign. Who else have I now assigned the number 2 that is on the call?
Oluwaseun Anewolua.
Oluwaseun, what's the full name?
Oluwaseun Denagan.
Denagan.
Yes, Denagan.
Denagan and
Ewaolua.
And Ewaolua. Okay. Ewaolua. Okay, I will assign the number to you. Please pardon me. Who else? Who else? Okay. I
Hello, sir.
think. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I didn't hear our number. I was quite. I'm in a conference at the moment, but I didn't hear. I started hearing number from 20 something. So I don't know
No,
if
but
we
I
have
think
been assigned.
No, you be assigned now, Abba. Maybe it was when I
Thank you,
got
sir.
your number that I was talking about the wine you gave me yesterday.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll answer. Thank you
Is
so
there
much.
any other person that has not been assigned? Okay, Bill, I say these are about the people that have not been assigned. All right. Thank you, everybody, for all the time we have spent tonight. Thank you. God bless you. So let's hit the ground running with all the work that we need to do. Until we come your way again next week, let your head lack no oil. Yeah. Let your garment always be white, and live joyfully with the fiance or fiancée of your youth, because that is your best reward for all your labor under the sun. We love you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Stop the recording.